Foolish. Chop small, small, chop long time. Weak thoughts don't build strong minds. On the grind, that's all time. All time great, that's small time. The money I don't chop up. Wahala, no, they see the program. Hit the strip clubs in Europe and throw all my euros. I think I'm in Poland. I just moved Olo, you see me with no cam. Pero tengo unos locos que chocan. Mis enemigos no se equivocan. A las damas y niños no se tocan. I'm in the kitchen, I give you that fuego. Money to burn okay, all my pesos. Do as I say, si lo say so, I say so. You go for broke, I'ma go for my payroll now. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back, come back. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back, come back. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back, come back. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back. Foolish. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back, come back. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back, come back. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back, come back. Run that, my money, run that. Go when you go, make you go, never come back. Foolish.
Hello family, friends, and viewers. Welcome to Bursting with Energy episode 12. Today I have Providence, Abdoulaye, Frank, and Wendy with me. And the topic of the day is decision making. So we're going to be discussing at the end, so for activity 3, how making a decision can be taken from a place of energy instead of depletion. So make sense, guys? Yeah, so first we're going to have our new water challenge, because you guys haven't seen it yet. But you guys are going to have to all close your eyes and then guess the flavor of the water that you guys are tasting, right? And then we're going to talk about why after. Okay. Why water is important. Works. All right, so close your eyes, guys. Let me make sure you guys can't see anything. No cheating. All right. And then we're going to have someone come on, pour the water for you guys. And then you guys can all make a guess. Okay. And then after, guys, we're going to talk. So you guys can look at the jar and try to guess from home what it is, but you won't get to taste it, unfortunately. You're tasting it, Frank. And then you can pour. Can you pour me a little too? I want to see how it.
So we're supposed to keep our eyes closed,
yes,
right?
Close,
okay.
close, because you're guessing.
Is that a question? I see you cheating already. There's a problem
No.
All right, are you guys ready? Yeah. I'm gonna put the glass in your hands, so you guys don't have to open your eyes or anything. There you go. There you go. Okay, taste it first. 5 seconds. Yes. 5 seconds.
I know what's mine.
Okay.
Damn.
So should I open my eyes now?
No, not yet.
Oh, we can't open our eyes?
You're gonna do your guess first.
Yeah, you see, guys, you're not following instructions.
Keep
your eyes closed.
J'ai soif en même temps.
Yeah, you can finish it. So finish the whole thing.
No, I'm not trying to finish this. I'm trying to. I gotta figure out. C'est un goût comme si quelqu'un allait chercher les pommes. Donc, c'est la pomme. C'est pomme verte. Quelque chose comme ça.
Mango.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Go, everyone say their answer.
Moi, c'est mango.
Mango.
Good.
Oh.
Good job.
Non, on connaît ce fruit. Pendant que font les autres là, tu vois.
Non, les autres fruits là, on
Yeah,
connaît pas.
thanks. No, and then you can check this as well.
Yeah, really
She's
mango.
gonna pour it out again.
So
So everyone has a point so far? Yeah, there's more.
Ok.
All right.
Je suis prêt. Je vais juste pas sortir pomme de grenade.
Non,
Thank you.
il y a la pomme grenade qui se donne.
Here, Wendy,
On nous
if you can
sortit
grab
les
those.
fruits de la passion.
Merci.
Thank you.
L'eau à la papaye.
So you guys too, you can put little pieces of mango in your water. How did it taste?
Good.
It was
Yeah,
good.
you liked it? Yeah?
It's good. A different type of water.
Thank you.
Gracias.
All right. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Close your eyes.
Oh.
Close, guys.
And keep your eyes closed. And then we're going to have the second water come in.
Okay.
And then at home, you guys can guess based on the jar what it is. Or you guys can write in the comment section, I want to participate in the next one. And then we can have you on the show. All right. So I'm going to put it in your hands now. There you go. There you go.
This one I don't know.
You already tasted it?
No, I just smelled it.
Yeah, I don't know this one.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
I know what it is. Already.
Dis
Ok.
dans mes oreilles, dis dans mes oreilles.
Je cherche à gagner, moi. C'est ça.
So can we taste it?
Ok.
Go ahead, taste.
I know what it is.
C'est quoi ça?
Just tell us where we
And
answer.
you guys looking at their faces too.
Attends, je vais m'assurer. Yeah.
Yeah, vous êtes-
Okay,
Ready?
so
I
three,
don't recognize that.
No, I don't
Three,
recognize it.
2, 1, say your
Strawberry.
answer.
Fraise.
Kiwi?
Fraise.
Frank! Gros mytho.
So what is it? Strawberry,
Yeah,
right?
strawberry.
So
So
this-
no
Okay, that's
Wendy and Abdullah.
What?
Get it
Oh,
right.
tell
Je
me,
t'ai
tell
vu.
me.
Je t'ai vu.
Mais j'ai dit la vérité.
So 2 points for Abdullah, 2 points for
Three.
Wendy.
J'ai dit fraise.
Mais comment on n'est même pas encore à 3 verres, tu dis déjà 3 points.
The bonus, the bonus points.
So you guys can put
C'est les
some
fraises.
strawberry in your water to see how it feels, how it makes you guys feel.
Comment on fait pour
If you
sentir
don't
ça?
like strawberries, try
No.
mango, and then we'll have our next one.
Tu n'es pas habitué à manger les fraises, hein?
Non, je mange beaucoup de
Parce que
fraises.
tu
c'est ça,
sens.
le
Are you
truc.
sure?
Oui.
Non, parce que
You feel-
tu passes en
Chaque semaine, je mange, tu vois, c'est pas
I don't think so. I don't even eat it that
Chaque
often.
semaine.
You see how just water is getting them all hyped up? This is just water and fruit.
Il a sorti ses statistiques. On dirait papa africain, il a aussi.
All right. Okay, everybody close your eyes.
Mais
At home
encore.
once. Oui. Quoi, t'es fatigué de l'eau?
Non, même pas. Je m'appelle comme un vol.
On va pas te
No,
transférer.
aren't you trying to
t'inquiète.
catch up, Frank? Everyone close your eyes.
Yeah.
Then at home you guys can guess. Frank, you don't want to try to catch up?
Yeah, what? That's not water?
Yes.
Oh, come on, no, I'm going to lose this game.
I mean, you're already
He's
one
already
point
giving
down.
up.
How do you
This
give up
is,
so
and guys,
early?
remember our theme is decision making,
Si
right?
les
So
verres,
whatever
là, si
he
dans les
says,
verres, là, c'était le rhum.
Frank just made a decision right
Then he's
now.
gonna lose.
He made a
He
decision.
just
Not
made
that
a
he's gonna
decision.
lose. To quit.
So you guys keep track of the way of talking, and we're gonna talk about that at the end. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys your water in your hands, in your hands,
Ah, ça c'est quoi encore?
Ah.
and then in your hands. This one should be the hardest.
Ah.
We can taste it already?
Can we taste it?
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
is this now?
Come
On
I
dirait qu'on
think I know what it is.
Ça c'est quoi?
Eki, c'est le Maggi.
Ah, ça je reconnais pas.
And this is just so you guys can do an activity like this at home. If you're not drinking enough water, you guys get together, put some fruits and some water in a jar, and guess. And it'll make the family drink some
Eki,
water.
c'est quoi ça?
And that's how you
This one,
energize
I
and get
really
water
don't
in your
know.
system.
I think I do, but I'm
Okay,
not sure.
ready guys?
Dis-moi.
3,
I can't tell you.
2, 1.
Kiwi.
Grapes?
Non, moi, j'ai pas encore dit.
Moi j'ai pas dit parce que je
Yeah.
savais pas c'était quoi.
C'est quoi?
I'll tell you.
Pas dit.
Oui, voilà. c'est
Your
pas-
time is running out.
Mais là, là.
Yeah.
c'est-
Go.
guys,
It's
Apple,
decision-
Goyave?
Okay. Wendy wins.
What
Grapes. Grapes. Yeah.
tastes like
Non,
grapes.
non, on l'a dit la vérité avant. On l'a dit avant. On
No,
l'a
I
dit
said
avant.
I
Elle
said
savait déjà
first.
c'était quoi avant.
No, il a pas dit. He wins.
No, I said
I
grapes.
loved your
Super good job.
answers though.
I like that.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. If there was a tie, there would have been a fourth one, but she won. So
Alright.
I came in second place.
What do I win?
They're
you're gonna get oil, wild orange.
Okay.
So that's your her win. All right.
Because
How
it's
did the
all
water
like an
feel,
identity
guys?
to you.
What was
It
that?
tasted good.
Yeah?
This one is actually really good.
Different flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I drank the whole thing because
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
That's pretty good.
Refreshing.
Yeah, this one was actually good.
Yeah.
So why is it important to put something in your water? So it could be we put fruits, but so I did have an episode on why we should put something in water, but I wanted to see what your answers are. Anything in water.
Flavor.
A flavor why?
Why?
Why should we put something like fruits in our water?
I mean, I think people don't like or don't enjoy having water, period. They think it's boring, like it doesn't have taste.
Mhm.
So usually adding something makes you want to drink it more, makes it more intriguing to have. So I guess that would be it.
So that is one of the reasons, but also because if you look at the fluids in our body, none of it is actually just water.
Okay.
So even when we go to the bathroom, it's not just white water, right? So when we're intaking something, we actually absorb the water a lot more when there's something in that water. So if you're drinking water, you have food, the water is absorbed because it's taking up the nutrients in that food. So if you have vegetables, because we can do vegetables too, fruits, then you're actually absorbing the nutrients in the food along with the water. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned something.
So that's why you guys should have something in your water, because just plain water is not as hydrating as they say it could be. Water with fruits is a lot more hydrating because you can absorb the nutrients.
Got it.
Good.
Got it.
All right. So next I'm going to give you guys questions, and it's a fill in the blank. Okay? And we're going to talk about in our third part. Yeah?
Do we have to close the eyes again?
No. No, there's no more closing your eyes.
Why are you scared?
So,
I don't know, right?
so I'm going to say a sentence. You guys fill that sentence. Okay? You guys fill it with whatever you want. And then we're going to talk about your answers. So this is the second activity. And the third activity will be talking about discussing the answers.
Okay.
So water, game, fill in the blank, and then
Discussion.
discussion.
Sounds good.
See, I'm following.
Yes. Everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Just
So we're going to go, we can do whoever answers first, and then we'll go in order. First thing the baby learns is
Crying.
sounds, crying.
Bruh, I don't know.
We're going to talk about Frank too after, okay?
He's a special case.
He says, I don't know. Okay, so that's an answer
really
as well.
don't know.
Yeah, you can say, I don't know. Okay, ready? As a toddler, you like to
Play.
Sleep.
sleep, eat.
I was gonna say eat too.
Eat? Okay. At 12 years old, you thought the world was?
Beautiful.
Easy.
Peaceful.
What did I think at 12?
Je n'ai pas encore fait la philosophie.
No, never feel as if- no, I think joyful, I would say.
Joyful.
Peaceful, joyful, yeah.
Okay. The first thing you wanted to do when you were 18 was?
Go to the liquor store.
My God.
I think everybody is gonna follow me, you know.
Actually, I did everything before 18.
Legally.
So the
Legally
first
go to
thing
the-
I wanted to do at 18 is show my ID card and be legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legally
I'll
go
go
to
with
the
Okay,
liquor store.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adult life is all about?
Responsibilities.
Oh, that's definitely.
Bills.
About bills. Bills.
I would say responsibility.
Rent.
Because bills is just
Part of the
the
responsibility.
cash part, but there's so much. So much
Bills?
more to it,
Okay,
yes.
responsibility, bills. Okay. Marriage is about?
Commitment.
Commitment and accountability.
Marriage is about?
Commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment,
Commitment and
responsibility.
accountability.
Being responsible means?
Pay your bills. Pay your bills.
I would say be held accountable.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I would say being responsible is it's tough. No, but
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah?
I think that's tough.
That's a fair answer.
All right. Wendy?
I agree with her being
Yeah.
held accountable.
Accountable. Okay. The best time to have a baby is?
When you're
In
ready.
July.
Why?
Why July?
Summer.
I want to know.
Summer.
But we're going to talk about the answers
Okay.
too.
Cool.
When you're
Means
ready.
when you're
When you're
ready.
ready.
Yeah.
The best time to have a baby.
The best time to have a baby is when you're
During
ready.
COVID. Yeah, yeah.
We're still in COVID, so it's the best time still.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you know.
The best thing about adult life is?
Oh Lord.
No, you pay bills. There's
The
no best
best
thing.
thing.
There's no best thing.
Okay, that's his
Freedom.
Okay, that's his
I,
answer.
instead of saying freedom, I would say the best thing about it is being able to grasp every moment and acknowledge it. As kids,
Being
I don't
aware
think
of everyone,
being
yes.
aware of
That's
everything in
beautiful.
that situation.
I don't have an answer for that.
No answer?
What's the money for you?
Okay, the best thing about being a child is?
Oh,
No bills.
no bills.
No bills. I swear to God, no bills.
No
That's the word. That's
responsibility.
not my child.
No
Being
nothing.
able to sit
Food
in a
is at
house
home.
and do
Yes.
what is there. And you have no problem.
We see how bills, we
Ah,
can ask you what bills
you know?
is.
Yo, okay, yo,
Why did we even grow up?
I'm having PTSD now. I'm having PTSD. Bill PTSD. Stop it. Do not say the word bills again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Please,
bills though.
no more bills.
Depending on the question. If the question come about it, I don't like. I'm gonna say
If
bills.
you guys watch the episode with Glenn, this is what it's reminding me. Oh my gosh. Okay, your answer, Wendy.
Bills. Yeah. No bills.
Why are you reversing her answer?
What was even the question? I forgot.
The
Let
thing
her
about
make
being
a
a child
decision.
is
No responsibilities.
okay.
No bills.
The baby decides that he's ready to potty when?
To potty.
Yeah.
When he's
What is
ready.
potty?
When they
Use
have
the
the
pot.
the potty.
Ah, okay. When you put him there, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
when
like-
he's ready.
when is he ready?
When he
Like,
feels ready.
I'm
When he
like,
feels
hey,
ready.
man.
When he feels ready.
Ah. This could be in or outside the country. The
Yeah.
first time you traveled, you thought?
I thought.
I thought I was gonna see God.
Nah, I
'Cause
thought I
I'll
would
be in
see
the
the
sky.
clouds because I was in the plane, right? Yeah.
I thought I was gonna crash. I was like, my God,
Yeah.
we are way too high.
I look at my passport the whole time. Yeah.
You would, you know, honestly, you wouldn't travel.
I really thought I was gonna see God. I was like, we're gonna be in the clouds, so I'm probably
How
gonna
old
meet
were
him.
you?
The first time I traveled, well, the first time I remember traveling,
Yeah.
I think I was about 6 years old.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Me was
I like
probably
how you
like
said remember traveling. The rest you don't remember.
Yeah, for real.
How old were you?
for me. I think I was probably like, wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the
Okay.
view.
When you leave Conakry, it's not beautiful, eh? So,
Wow.
It depends where you leave it from.
Shades.
You might have the clouds on
Shed
this.
room.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna ask this anyways, even though I feel like I know your answers.
Bills.
But
Shed room.
the worst thing about adulting is
Damn,
Bills.
bills.
Yeah.
No.
Paying bills.
No.
the worst thing.
The
Really.
worst
The
thing?
worst thing about adulting, I would say more as a parent, would be having to tell somebody no for certain things.
Yeah.
Because then you have to hold them accountable for things they don't want to be
Yeah.
accountable for. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
But then bills.
I think the worst thing about being an adult is your knees start to hurt.
I think that's being old. There's no more adult. This is
No,
senior
this
citizen.
I don't. Like you have to put like your oil on it, like a special oil on it. That
Megan
shit
Stallion
hurt.
got knees.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think the worst thing about being an
Shit,
adult is realizing that you're gonna be an adult for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about being an adult is the moment you realize, did I want to be an adult?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't choose this life.
Especially.
All right, go ahead.
And I would say the worst thing for me is
Don't say bills.
Say,
I would say like it's part of responsibilities, knowing that like if I don't do something,
Nobody else gonna do it.
exactly, says responsibilities.
Okay.
I have to actually.
Okay.
So being overwhelmed.
Agree. So this one, it's all gonna be personal, so you can agree or disagree and then say why. Okay. Everyone should know how to cook.
I agree.
Agree.
I agree.
Why?
I mean, because if somebody's not cooking for you, you gotta do something.
Exactly.
I'm not a good cook, but I know how to eat. So, I mean, I will be able to eat for myself.
Yeah,
I think it's important
So
because
just
you don't
feed
want to be
yourself.
dependent on people.
Exactly.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring that back up too, because he said something that we should talk about. The government.
What about the
What
government?
What about the government?
That's the fill in the
Government?
blank.
TCU.
I mean, government is important.
Shout out
Okay.
to government.
That's yeah.
It's fill in the blank.
Important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they
Authority.
listening?
Authority. Legalization.
When are they
Are
not
they
listening?
listening? That was
Are they
very
listening?
They are listening.
SQDC.
You got a phone.
I'd
That's your
say
answer.
the government.
Libo.
Dot.
Da, da, da. Okay,
Yeah.
she keeps it as da, da, da. Are they listening?
Did you
all,
vote?
all these questions reflected.
Our personal views.
Yeah.
I think.
Opinion.
I
I think we
Our
all realized that
struggles?
we didn't want to be.
Yeah, bro.
We didn't want to be adults.
we didn't want to pay bills.
Good.
Our opinion.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll agree. Okay, perfect. So that was decision making. You guys could at home fill in the blank in the comment section if you guys had an answer, or talk about it if you guys are watching it with somebody else. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about the certain answers, right? So how is the best way to make a decision? What is the best way to make a decision?
It depends on what the decision is. I think you always have to look at what the impact of the decision you're going to make, because that's important, because impact obviously plays out in the process of your decision making. And I think you have to look at the parties that are involved, because that's also important, because if it's a decision based solely on yourself, then you don't have other parties, it's just you. So it's different how it comes out. And I think ultimately you have to look at what you want.
Yes. So that is also one of the ways to energize yourself when making a decision, because we talked about this in other episodes. Overthinking depletes your energy. I know you guys have all had a time where you overthought, and that actually makes you feel worse. It makes you feel like, geez, what do I need to do? It makes you contemplate the question over and over again, and it ultimately decreases your energy, which is not what we want. We want you to be able to make a decision that energizes you and that feels right? So when he said you need to know ultimately what you want, that is true, right? So that's one of the ways to make a decision that energizes you. Know what you want. But in order to know what you want, what do you need to know? What else do you need to know?
Know what you don't want.
So basically you need to know yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to know yourself, okay? And you need to know your values, your beliefs, because when he said, does it impact other people? Does it matter to you that it impacts other people? So that's why you need to know yourself to ultimately make a good decision that feels right to you. And when I say feels right to you, that is another way to make a decision that energizes you. Does this feel good? So you know when they were answering the questions and the energy got high? Because it triggered an emotion. So questions trigger an emotion. Decisions trigger an emotion. So it has to be an emotion, an answer that feels right to your emotion. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So any other ways, how do you make a decision that feels right?
That's a tough question for me because I'm an overthinker.
Yeah, that's why this is important for you, right? If you're an overthinker, you want to make a decision that is quick, but it also feels right. Because usually we know what we want in the first 2 seconds of the question being asked. If they said, I don't know, it's because they genuinely, that was like, maybe what they came up with in their mind wasn't anything that they wanted. So they said, I don't know. But at that time, they didn't have a perspective of something maybe they wanted out of any of the questions.
Yeah, that's true.
So then you would have to sit down and be like, what is it that I do want? So knowing what you want. So you're an overthinker, then go on.
So I think the way that I learned to cope with it is to basically just sit down and listen to myself and exactly what I want and what I don't want. And
meditate,
exactly,
contemplate.
and make a decision based of that. Because if I snap like this, if I make a decision on the spot, it's usually not the right one because I react with emotions.
Yeah? So are you sure it's usually not the right one? Because it depends. Are your emotions in alignment with your desired outcome?
That's very true. Sometimes an emotional decision is a good decision.
Yes, that's the thing. Because you also have intuition in your first answer. So usually if it's an answer that you don't like, it's because now you need to reflect on, okay, what do I want? But usually the first answer is actually the desired outcome that you want.
Oh yeah.
So if you made an angry decision, let's say, it's because you wanted to mess up somebody.
Okay.
That's the desired outcome. Is I wanna.
And you didn't think about all the other parties.
Exactly. You didn't think about everything else. So that's when you would sit down. Okay, what does it mean for me to? And then you visualize. What does it mean if I get angry, then I get in a fight, and then we end up fighting? What happens after the fight? Let's say I get hurt, and I gotta go to the hospital. Then you have to think of all the
hurt the other person.
or if I go to hell,
And then I end up in jail.
Exactly. So you have to put into place all these pieces. That's what decision making is. And the more you know yourself, the more you'll make a faster decision. Because you'll think, okay, if I get angry, you're already at where you know where it's gonna take you for sure. You don't have to go through all the visualization.
Exactly. Limit this when you stop yourself. It's like, you know what, this is gonna take me.
So you make a decision on the spur. So it's all about decision making is about knowing yourself.
Wow.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how you make an energized decision.
Thank you.
So now let's go over your answers, guys. And let's look at why.
Which answers?
So
The bills. It's about knowing yourself. Knowing your bank account.
Okay, let's start with the bills then, because
What you want to know? Where you want to start?
okay, as a child, you guys said what was the best thing? Not paying bills, right? But as a child, what did you guys want? He said a word, independence. He used the word independence. Children do want a lot of independence, but they don't actually know what it means to be independent because not a lot of people teach them what it is to be independent. Does paying your bill make you independent? And how does that make you feel? And then we'll go
First
into
of all, say, bills, rent,
yeah.
hydro, office card.
Well, hydro can be included.
If somebody has a car, it's different. It's a lot. Every month you have to pay. Adding to it, if you have a girlfriend, you have to pay bills.
Oh, that's another
You have to pay your girlfriend's bill?
But let's no.
No,
You
she's
know,
the
going out,
expense.
going out.
Oh,
The girlfriend
okay.
is an expense.
Oh,
is what
good.
he's
It's
saying.
not the bill now.
As an African man, specify culture, all those things.
It's
Yes.
a lot. Then you have to send money back home sometimes.
What's
That
the
bill.
opinion?
Yes.
MoneyGram.
Okay. So
So
now
wait.
we're saying, but does this have your desired outcome?
No.
All right. So now that
it
it doesn't, you know that it doesn't have your desired outcome. What are the changes you need to make so that you have a desired outcome? What's your desired outcome?
my desired outcome is be able to pay bills, but be able to save money too.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
Financial freedom.
to do
Financial
Yeah,
freedom.
that's-
Okay.
Basically.
So now you need to know yourself, to know what you can do so that you can create that financial freedom.
I know myself, but my landlord, he doesn't know me.
No fault on me, the landlord. The landlord wants his money. Just like you want your financial freedom, the landlord wants his financial freedom too. Yeah.
So I have to pay
So
rent.
if you,
I cannot
Alright,
tell.
if you understand that you want financial freedom, doesn't it mean that your landlord wants his rent so he can have his financial freedom too?
He already
You're
has
providing-
it. He
No, no,
already
no.
has it.
He
Well,
found
he
he
needs to
found a
consider
way
it.
to make
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pay rent.
Yes.
So how can you find a way to get that financial freedom? That's
I
the
have to
ultimate
get another
decision.
job that pays me better now.
Well,
Babe.
If you know what the answer,
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
then
That's
so
the
is
answer.
the bills the problem, or is it how you're handling the bills the problem?
That's a good question. I think it's both. It's both.
It could be both, guys. It can
Yeah.
really be both because sometimes we're stuck in a place where we feel like we have to pay these bills, and then we got to make a decision that adds on. But the desired outcome. So you know that first spark you have when you answer the question, that first like, you're laughing or you're sad or you're angry. That's what you need to look to because that desired outcome is going to go back to that emotion. So even if you get bored during the process, when you think back to that first spark is what's going to happen when you get that desired outcome. And that's how you don't forget where you're going. So you might start complaining about the bills, and then you say, okay, I need a second job. It could be anything. It could be something that you created. It could be a job that you're working for somebody else. But when you get home, you're like, I got to save money, and then it makes you excited, and you do whatever you want to do with that income, and it makes you feel good. Will you then complain about bills? Now if let's say someone 10 years younger than you comes and says, bills, but you have all the saved up money.
I've saved it.
Now you're set. Let's say you're good now. You have
Yeah.
no problem with bills. You're even like, I can pay an extra bill. And somebody with your mentality comes right now and says, I hate bills.
I would say it's okay. Join my association.
Right? So he can even create an association. It's more
That's dope.
perspective, right?
Yeah. I think what you touched on is important. It's not about the bills, but how you feel about handling those
The bills.
And mostly in our adult life, it's one of the questions we answered. I think the main problem is feeling overwhelmed because that's what makes us make
And that's what
bad
depletes your
decisions
energy.
most of the time.
Exactly.
And when you feel overwhelmed, like you don't know where you need to put your head and focus and all these things, so it makes you make bad decisions or think badly about the situation that's not even bad. Like, so I think it's more so that because these things are going to exist.
They will.
Regardless.
There's no
exist.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's
So-
no changing it unless there's a way you have a way to change it. Tell us now. We'll join
I
your
mean,
association.
those ways are not legal. No, but so I think as adults you have to understand what is not going to change and not worry so much about that. but
Yes.
Things about that you need
Worry
to
about
change and that you
exactly what you can change.
Yeah.
And what he said about overwhelming, that is completely true. There's decisions that will overwhelm you. And that's why you need to think about the desired outcome. And that's why I also bring in the child into the questions. Because if you guys have seen the past episodes, children, they make decisions based on, they kind of know where they want to go. They look at adults and they're like, oh, I want to walk because he can walk and do this. And they're very curious, right? So they make decisions on the spur and they go for it. So you need to bring in your inner child into adulting, don't forget, you're always all of your ages, guys. You're always all of your ages. All the ages you've accumulated, you can tap into any one of those. If I send you guys to a memory when you're 16, you're going to feel like that 16-year-old again, right? So bring that into overwhelming feelings. How would a child take on this task? How would he take on this problem?
So that means when somebody say I'm childish, I'm supposed to be okay with it.
Yes. Why is that a bad thing? That's like, why are you dissing the children?
I know. Hey. I know what you're trying to get at. Don't do it.
You were once a child,
I'm childish.
and you got here because of that child mentality. When you're going to be 60, you're going to look back now, and you're going to think you were childish now.
That's true.
When somebody says
So when
you're
does
immature,
the
they're just,
exactly
it's
when
tough.
does
So I can always be childish.
exactly when does being childish actually end? For an 80-year-old, a 60-year-old might like childish, but for you, you're like, that's a grown-ass person.
So next time you can just say, I'm acting in all my ages.
Exactly.
That's a good
You're
one.
always all of your ages.
all my
You've
ages.
accumulated
Today
those
I'm
ages.
12.
More on 14.
Do you guys think you've gotten rid of the 1-year-old? No, you've accumulated the 1, 2,
I don't
3.
remember the one.
I don't
But
remember
but
the one.
But because of the 1-year-old, you can walk.
Because of the 1-year-old, I can sit down and take a.
Exactly.
Number 2.
Exactly. So thank that inner child for getting you where you are right now. Because without that child, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be curious. You wouldn't be curious about the things. You wouldn't be able to even make the decision as an adult.
No, I think that's I never thought about it like this.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Was there anything else that stuck out in the questions? I'll repeat the questions. First thing the baby learns is if you guys.
I didn't know. Yeah, I want
No,
to
we
know.
do know.
I want to know.
Isn't it sounds?
Usually it's no. They start recognizing things, right?
Oh, like faces.
Recognition, yeah.
Facial recognition,
Yeah.
like an iPhone.
No, it's sound.
Okay.
It is sound.
because it's
Yeah, because they
something.
hear
It's
you in the belly.
It's sound. It's
I was
sound.
like, God.
It's sound.
It is
It's sound.
sound.
Yes.
Sound?
Yes, sound.
Yeah, I learned it from my niece.
Because sound usually, gets a reaction. They
Okay.
know it's mommy's daddy already when they're born.
That's true. When you
That's why they say read to your child, put music on when yeah. They usually say classical music. My dombolo is nice too. As a toddler, you like to.
Yeah, I want to.
You guys said play, joy.
Yeah, okay.
See, how do you guys bring that? Did you guys stop liking to play?
No, I don't.
Do you guys enjoy the?
But you play differently.
You see how you guys are about the water? That was a little game.
That's a
but
game,
the competitive side came out.
I'm not
right?
talking about those type of games.
So
What type of game are you talking about?
but if you know that you're a competitive person, that can come into your decision making.
Yeah.
Yeah, buzzable too. Being responsible is, you guys were all talking about accountability, right?
Yeah.
And responsibility. Why is that important in your decision making? Because if you know what your outcome is, you're accountable for that outcome. So when you make a decision knowing that you're accountable, you take into account everything that needs to. But when you make a decision thinking, oh, it's just going to work out, does that leave accountability for you?
No, it's not accountable. Like you have to. That's why you have to take into consideration the impact. Not necessarily the impact on others, because like you said, it depends on how you feel, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
But the impact on yourself is important.
It is. It is.
Because if you decide today I'm going to go to the casino, I'm going to spend all my money. What happens the next day when you got rent?
Thank you so much. Bills.
So thank you guys. That was everything on decision making. The last thing I do want to touch on is if I had to give you 2 options. So I'm going to give you guys an example. But if I had given you guys, instead of fill in the blank, I gave you guys, for example, would you rather have a flexible day and insomnia, or a busy day and be able to sleep 18 hours? So a 16-hour day and then be able to sleep 16 hours. What would you guys have to do?
Busy day.
Why?
Wait, what?
I like busy day.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So let's say you have a flexible day.
Mm-hmm.
You do whatever you want with your day, but you have insomnia.
You can't sleep well.
Yeah. Or you have a 16-hour busy day, but you get 8 hours of sleep.
I choose the 16 hours.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to sleep.
Okay, but either answer is ideal for you.
For me, it's the energy. I just think that if I sleep well, I'll have more energy. That's how I am.
Yes.
So it's just based off my energy, because if I feel like my day is flexible and I don't have energy and I'm gonna be tired, I'm not gonna sleep. Right now, you just brought it to me. I need to sleep.
Wendy?
For me, I think, well, I like to be busy. Otherwise, I feel like I'm bored and I'm not accomplishing anything with my life.
Okay.
And
Oh,
sleeping.
She's talking fast, bro.
That's one day, girl.
God damn, we're talking about one day. Damn.
God
Yeah,
damn.
I'm sure on the LinkedIn it's
And
like hardworking
sleeping?
woman.
Like he said, I think like if I don't sleep enough, I'm grumpy and I'm
exactly.
so
Okay.
yeah.
So it's based on your desired outcome, but I only gave you guys 2 options.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it makes a difference? If I give you 2 options versus fill in the blank.
I think 2 options.
I think fill in the blanks is better because it stimulates your mind because you have to think about the answer instead of just having 1 or 2.
Versus why the 2?
I think the fill in the blank is more so of what you want to believe and all these things.
Yeah.
I think an option is already a set of directives and then you choose from that. So
Yes.
it's easier to choose based on
It
that.
is. But if the more options I put, the harder it is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why fill in the blank is toughest. And
Because you have everything. It's like, the world is your oyster,
Yeah.
then you get to
You
decide
don't
how you
even
want.
one answer, like one specific answer.
That's why in exams, multiple choice is nice.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, I don't know, but
this one.
One of the 4 chances to get it right.
And then you get it graded like, oh, it's like
whatever
I'm
the outcome
winning.
is.
In an exam setting, it's true, a multiple choice would be nice.
Yeah.
But now if I only give you 2 options and I come with my own intentions, but those 2 options don't satisfy you guys, what then?
Then I say I don't make the options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. You guys would be okay
Firm.
with it.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Because not many people would say, I don't like those options. Some people would feel forced to actually make a decision. But it's not a decision that is in alignment with what they actually see as their desired outcome, which depletes their energy then.
Yeah.
But if you know yourself and you know I don't like any of these options, then you're going to be affirmative. And be like,
That's true.
Oh no, you have to be.
yes.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable with it, don't make that decision.
Yes,
True.
exactly. So even if you're given 2 decisions, guys, think really about, is this something that I want? Even if you're given 3 decisions.
That's true.
All right, so that's pretty much it.
I wanted to vent about
bills. I got bills.
classrooms, everything around me. Clean, get
We
the
talked
money.
through the bills. Didn't we talk through the
We
bills?
did.
Yes, we
I want to
did.
do PowerPoint.
Dollar bill, presentation, essay.
And that's how you make decisions that energize you. So thank
So
you
I
guys.
love this. I love this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. And we'll see you on the next episode. 2 weeks.
Du sais, là, en 2 semaines. On peut se lever.
T'as perdu, c'est Wendy qui a gagné.
C'est toi, non? Samsoni.
That was good, guys.